AITA for making my teens 16M and 14F share a bedroom. I am not Oop. Oop is you, sin ply too unlucky. She posted in r, am I the asshole? Fun fact to cover up spoilers. You, Gladys sees all requested rhesus monkeys. While they are usually docile, they are known to be very mischievous and have even overrun villages in India to steal food. They have pouch-like cheeks which allows them to temporarily store their food. Trigger warning. Death of a parent, spouse. Less than. Mood spoiler. Things seem to be looking up at least a little bit. Less than. Original post. March 6, 2023. Throwaway account. My husband unexpectedly passed away a few months ago, and I became a single mother to 3 kids. Age 16M, 14F and 2F. Due to the significant decrease of income, I was no longer able to continue renting where we were, and all I can afford is a 1-bedroom apartment. Currently, I am sleeping in the living room with my youngest 2F. I gave the bedroom to my 16M and 14F and asked them to share in the meanwhile. I tried adding a privacy screen in the middle so they feel like they have their own space. But they are telling me that this isn't acceptable. Each of my kids used to have their own rooms. So this is a massive change for them. I have been looking for a better paying job for months and so far have had no luck. I can't get a second job because I can't afford to pay someone to care for my daughter 2F outside daycare hours. Neither of my kids 16M and 14F are willing to help. And they say my youngest is not their responsibility. I know this situation isn't ideal, but I don't know what else I can do. For the past month, I've not been eating anything for 2 days a week and just telling the kids I'm trying out the fasting trend for weight loss purposes. But the truth is, I can't afford to feed us all, and I have been using the food bank. Prior to this, I had never had to use food bank services before, and I am so thankful that it exists. I am both thankful and deeply ashamed at the same time. Would I be the off for telling my teens that they must share the bedroom? Would it be better if I suggested my son sleep in the living room with me and have both my female kids share the bedroom instead? I do not live in the US, but it is not common for teenagers of opposite sex to share a bedroom. That is something I do absolutely recognize. Edit. Gosh, I really wasn't expecting so many responses when I checked back. Thank you, everyone. All this time, I did feel it would be unfair to put adult problems on my kids. However, I will be giving them a surface-level talk about our finances. I'll also be bringing them with me to the food bank. Hopefully, they'll be more understanding. Edit 2. Same day. The bedroom is larger than the living room. I am able to fit 2 single beds into the bedroom and the kids have space to store their clothes, while still having the room divider in the middle. The living room is smaller. I currently have my youngest and my own clothes stored in the hallway due to lack of space. It is right next to the washroom and kitchen, so there is a lot of foot traffic. The living room also doubles as dining space because there is no dining room. Oop is voted NTA. Update post. March 7, 2023. Next day, I had a chat with my kids after work. I still don't want to put an adult problem onto my kids, so I only gave them a brief overview of the dire financial issues we're having after my husband, their father, passed away. Us downsizing to a 1-bedroom apartment was not by choice. I also told them the truth about how I couldn't afford to feed us all and why I didn't eat 2 days of the week. I was afraid of how they would take the news, but it had gone better than I expected. My kids will be coming with me to the food bank for the next trip to help out. In terms of the rooming situation, both my older kids agreed that they did not want to share a room with my youngest 2F because she frequently wakes up at night and also has accidents. They also don't want to share with me because I get up much earlier than them to work. and it would disrupt their sleep. They would rather share the room with each other while I continue to sleep in the living room with my youngest. My 16M and 14F told me that their friends were saying no kid should ever have to watch their sibling because they didn't create them. They've been told by their friends that it's parentification to be asked to babysit for even an hour. And it is never okay in any circumstance. That was why they kept calling me an asshole when I asked if they could help with childcare so I could get a second job. Now that they know how bad the situation is, my son said he wants to find a part-time job to help contribute. My daughter apologized and said it wasn't that she hated me or her sister. Both my son and daughter said they are willing to help take care of the youngest so I can get a second job. Hopefully, I can find something soon and be able to move to a larger space. This is sad. No one should have to struggle this hard. I hope things are getting better. I understand that this poor woman wanted to spare her kids from dealing with adult issues. But I'm shocked she didn't tell them when they moved in that sharing a room was non-negotiable. The kids are old enough to understand that their life has changed. Their mom is trying her best and they need to help. I hope things get better for them. Though, this is a horrible situation all around. This is so tough. I'm surprised the mom wasn't more open with her teenagers to begin with, but she's probably dealing with a million pieces after losing her husband. My son said he wants to find a part-time job to help contribute. My daughter apologized and said it wasn't that she hated me or her sister. Both my son and daughter said they are willing to help take care of the youngest so I can get a second job. I must be getting tired as this choked me up a bit. That great mom has some great kids. I pray their path becomes easier. Man, their friends have just enough knowledge to be dangerous. As much as I love the internet, I hate what it's done to people. And the fact that people latch onto information as soon as they hear it without actually taking the time to verify it and learn about it. I'm glad that the kids were understanding about their situation. I know at first they seemed entitled. But you don't think about those things when you're a kid. She seems to be doing the best she can with the cards they've been dealt. Hopefully things turn around for them now that the kids are open to helping out. Really off topic here, but I actually hate this trend so much where clinical terms became popular so people use them indiscriminately without knowing or wanting to know what they actually mean. People saying psychopath when they mean cruel. Narcissist when they mean egocentric. Reddit does this all the time. Gaslighting when they mean disagreeable, etc. We would have such an improvement in our discourse if people actually researched before saying something and actually tried to understand what certain words mean. It's okay to be ignorant in something. It's not okay to pretend you know it all just because you don't want to educate yourself. Parentification, well, just don't be poor. TikTok is a scourge. Might be off topic, but these days that's where I put the blame on teenagers misusing terminology related to mental health and abuse. Yes, parentification is a bad thing. No, watching your sister so the family starves a bit less isn't parentification. Kids' friends are assholes and the 16-year-old should get a job. Hope she's getting survivor and child benefits from the SSA. Wow, those kids were really spoiled before their dad died if they've never helped out with a younger sibling for even an hour. Like, wow. I mean, it is parentification. But just because it is doesn't always mean it's a bad thing. You have to do what you have to do to survive, and not all of us live in a country with access to resources like subsidized childcare. Even in the United States, this mom would be able to get subsidized childcare in almost every state. The 16-year-old can get a job and help out financially. And go help mom at the food bank. My father was seriously ill for a few years before he died. And my mother had other kinds of health problems. My sister and I had chores even before his death, and had to take on a fair bit after it, including doing a notable amount of the shopping and cooking. It wasn't parentification. It was the three of us pulling together to take care of each other. We did more than most of our suburban neighbors' children. But from what I read, we did a lot less than would often be expected of farm kids. Watch the friends say that doing the dishes is unpaid emotional labor.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AITA is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.